Hi beauties, it's Brittany Alessa. So I decided to come to you guys with a tutorial of eyeshadow and eyebrows. This is the eyeshadow and falsies and eyebrows. If you want to know how I completed this look, stay tuned. Hi, I'm going right into this with some tape. For those of you beauties who do not understand the tape method, it basically allows a more precise eyeshadow to be placed where it should be, and it allows you to make sure it doesn't get all over the place where it should not be. I'm putting that to the edge of my brow all the way to my bottom lash line. Again, if you have foundation, I don't recommend you using this. Your foundation will get all over the place. The shadows I will be using for this tutorial will be my Naked 2 palette, and I will be going in with a amount of colors. And I have not had the Naked one, so I have nothing to compare it to, but I love this palette, so maybe I might go out and get Naked one or the new Naked palette. Anyway, getting back into it and me stop rambling, I'm going in with my Urban Decay Primer Potion, and for those of you beauties who are unaware of this, it basically allows your shadow to last all day, like literally like 10 hours, and actually I washed my face and woke up the next day and still had eyeshadow on when I first did this for New Year's. So yeah, I'm going in, and you can apply this with the brush or finger. As you can see, I'm basically using a finger. Don't worry if it gets on the tape, because remember, the tape is removable. It's not on your face. Don't worry, the tape is going to come off. Just blend that in on your lash line and your lid and under your brow. I'm so silly sometimes. Anyway, getting right back into that Naked 2 palette, the color I will be using first will be Busted, and I will be applying that with my MAC 215 brush, and I am applying that to my crease in a window wiper motion. That is a bit of a tongue twister. So going right into Busted, I'm applying that, and I'm applying that in a medium way. I'm not applying a lot of it because I don't want my eyes to look too dark, but I'm not applying a little either. I think it's like right in between. So go in, beauties. Remember, the tape is there, so the edges you don't really have to worry about. So I'm putting that all the way from the crease and right at my tear dot all the way to the back where the tape is, in that window wiper motion. Remember, this may not work for you, but this is what works for me. And now I'm going to go in with my Shiny Cosmetics. For those of you who don't remember, I first bought this palette when I first started doing YouTubes, and I haven't really used it much because I've accumulated so much makeup. But this is palette I'm using because it has red. I haven't been able to really find red in any other palette, and I'm using a brush that I got from Walgreens in a little pack of like 4 brushes or something or other, and it really works. I am using this concealer brush because I like the way it applies, and I'm doing that in a V-shape motion. Remember, you're doing it right at the edge where the tape is, and you might see some on the tape, but don't really worry because it's going to come off, beauties. So now applying that to the crease and to the lid, you're going to do that in the V motion. You're going to blend all of this stuff out, so if it looks a little harsh, don't worry because it's fixable, beauties. Going back into my Naked, I'm going to be going in with the color Chopper, and I will be applying that all over the lid. Don't worry if you make any mistakes, because as long as you have that little blending brush, all the mistakes can be fixed. I'm using the same exact concealer brush that I used prior, and I'm going into that using just a regular pat-on motion. Not a windshield wiper motion. I'm just patting that on the top. Remember, you don't want to get too close to the red because then you have to reapply, but just pat that on. And I'm doing the same thing for the other eye. Remember, you can use any brushes you have in your house. Don't run out and go to Walgreens and look for these brushes. Don't go run out to MAC and look for brushes because sometimes we're on a budget. Anyway, this is a blending brush that I also got in the same little brush set that I purchased from Walgreens, and it works perfect for me. And just blend that out so it doesn't look so harsh. There you go. That's how that looks. And do the same thing for the other eye. This is pretty simple. This is like an everyday get up and go if you want to look a little bit fierce, but you don't want to have to worry about looking overdone. You can just do this simple little thing. Now I'm going in with the color Beauty Call in Half Baked. And I'm applying that on top of the other color that I previously applied, and this time I'm taking it all the way back to the tape. I'm going into the red a little bit. Now I'm going to be going in with that booty call like I said, and I'm applying that all the way on the top. The problem with booty call is it does look a little pale and pasty, so if you apply too much you really have to blend it out to give it the effect that you would want. But hey, I made the mistake on one eye, but girl, I was not going to make the mistake on the other eye. Anyway, I did take my blending brush and I blended all of those colors together so any harsh lines were gone. And this is how that looked. I really love these colors that I used, and I've been using these colors for the past couple of days, actually since New Year's. Now I'm going in with Half Baked and I'm putting that in the corners of my eye. I do go on the bottom once my makeup is completely done and the shadows are applied and everything's done, but right now I'm going in the corners and a little bit on the lid. Now you go in and I'm going to take that Naked palette again, and I'm going to be going in with Foxy, and I'm going in right under my brows. My brows are not done, so don't worry if you make a little mistake when you do the brows, you can correct those. And that color is really light, so be careful when applying it. Again, if you apply too much, just take the blending brush. Don't worry about any mistakes. If you don't have your foundation on, it is easy fixable. If you have your foundation on, you can hit a little bit of a road bump, but don't worry, everything's blendable and everything's fixable if you have the time. This is what works for me. Anywho, taking that, putting it right under my brow, and I'm going to take my blending brush and I'm going to blend all those colors in, and that is it for the eyeshadow. What I will be doing next is I will be going in with my Wonder Woman liner from MAC. Now the problem I will say with this Beauties, it is a warning. This liquid liner is so good, but if you do not apply it with precision, you will have a mess of a lid. So take that tape off, Beauties, because you want to make sure you're applying the liner where it should be, and with the tape it can get a little confusing. The problem with this liner, again, I will say is, if you apply too much, you have to restart. So if you have eyeshadow on with your foundation already done, I wouldn't recommend doing this, because if you make a mistake, you're going to have to wash your face and redo it, because when washing this off, it gives you like a black effect and you look like you got punched in the face. No one wants to look like that. Anyway, going in with this liner, I'm using short little strokes all the way to the corner of my eye, and I'm not really winging it out so much, but I am giving a little tiny cat eye. So this is basically what I did. And I absolutely love how this comes out when you put on your falsies. It makes your eyes pop a little bit more. So that's basically what I did, Beauties. Stay tuned. I will be back with foundation. Hi everyone, so I'm back with full face makeup again. That is MAC that I'm using. I'm going to start on my brows. I am moving in a Speedy Gonzalez motion. At the bottom of my Wet n Wild green pencil is a brow brush. You just use that to brush upward, or use any brow brush that you do have. I am going to go in with my MAC's black eyeliner pencil, and I'm going to darken my brows, the places that are missing a couple of spots. I'm just going to go in and precisely place that color. I am also going to go back over that with a brown pencil, and the reason why I do that is because I noticed that with my skin color, the black makes me look a little too overdone. So to soften that effect, I do go in with a dark brown. So I'm applying a little tiny arch, not much, just enough to make me look the way I want to look. Remember, you don't have to do this. You can actually skip this. If you guys have dark brows, just go in with the e.l.f. brow and mascara clear little mascara stick that they have going on that I absolutely love, and you can just put that little eyebrow stick up there and you're good to go. Anyway, going to the next eye, I am precisely putting this because this color is really dark, you guys, so be very careful. I do make a couple mistakes, and now that my foundation is done, I can't really correct them. But yeah, that's how that look with the black, and I'm going to go with my Wet n Wild dark brown, and I'm going to go over that and soften that effect. So I'm going in over the color that I previously applied, and I'm just now filling them in more than I did with the black, because the brown is not as harsh as the black is. So going underneath, you can do it. Remember, if you make a mistake, we're going around this with some concealer, girl, so you can correct it with that concealer. Be very, very careful, though, that you don't look too dark, because when you go with the concealer, it will pop those brows and make you look really, really crazy. I've made that mistake a couple of times myself. Don't tell nobody. Anyway, I'm going in with my favorite concealer palette from Sephora, which is the Makeup Forever Camouflage Palette, and it comes with 5 different colors. I'm using the last one. Some people go above, some people go underneath. What I do is I go in every little corner of the brows. I go on the top, I go on the edge, and I go underneath. And basically what that does is it allows my eyebrows to look so defined that it is ridiculous. And I absolutely love it, girls. Try it. If you haven't done it and you've been going underneath, try it. If you've been going on top, try it. And look how that already looks so defined. And remember, my foundation is done. I recommend you doing your foundation so that way the concealer will also work as a highlighter. Okay, one warning that I do have for this concealer is it is oily. So if you have oily skin like me, I wouldn't recommend using this concealer palette all over the face, because you'll start looking a little bit oily, girls. You don't want to look like that in the daytime when you go to work and you have to go to the bathroom and blot your face. But anyway, you go, and look how precise and beautiful that is, ladies. So now I'm going in and I'm blending it. You can use any tongue twister. You can use any brush to blend it out. I'm using the same brush that I applied it with, which is a little pencil brush that I also got from Walgreens in that little palette. Listen to me. In that little brush set that I got. Getting back into business. This is the time that you want to correct any mistakes that you've made with that brow pencil, Beauties. So correct all the mistakes so that way by the time this is all said and done with, your brows are looking fierce. I love this little technique, and it's beautiful, beauties. So there you go, and that's how that looks. I will be back applying my e.l.f. ladies. Beauty. So now going in with my clear mascara and eyebrow little mascara thingy, or tube. I don't know what the hell that is. Applicator. You brush those going up, and the reason why I use this is because it allows it to stay in place longer. You don't have to worry about redoing it, moving it, shifting it, looking crazy. It makes it more precise. Right into it, I will be applying my falsies. These are my lashes that I got from Amazon, and they were $16 for a bundle of 70. At first I didn't like them. Now I love them. I apply them every single day, even if I have no makeup on. Remember, applying lashes may be difficult, but use a tweezer. It works better. And this is basically the final product. Thank you so much, beauty. So I'm back. Everything is complete. The eyeshadow, the eyebrows. I put on a little bit of MAC on my lips. I blushed up my cheeks, and I combed out my hair. And now I'm ready to start my day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, you can find me at alllovebeauty1on1.blogspot.com. alllovebeauty1on1.com is still under construction. I'm going to try to get that back up and running in the next 2 weeks. Until then, you can figure out everything I'm doing, what I'm wearing, and who I'm doing it with on my blog. And thank you for subscribing, and please subscribe, rate, and favorite my videos. Thank you, beauties.